Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by Always More Sims here on YouTube, and today we're doing a speed build, but this is not like my normal speed builds. I tried to build a modern house. It is called Midnight Modern because it has a dark blue color on it. I don't build modern houses. I prefer to stick with my, contemporary. Is that what you'd call them? Contemporary homes. But I was like, I'm going to do something different because I feel like all my houses recently have looked very similar, if not the same. So yeah, we did something different, and I don't hate it. I don't love it though. Like I'm okay with the furnishing. I didn't furnish the bedrooms like normal. I think the furnishing turned out pretty well, but I don't know. I like the navy blue color, but I wasn't super sure about the roofing, or the gray color I use, or the wood that I used for the back of the house and the flooring, and you'll see what I mean eventually. I had to go to Edit World because I had this tree clipping through my house. But yeah, so for me, it is currently Christmas Eve, and I have my Christmas foster with me. Her name is Fenny. She's really cute. I'll have to try and remember to put a picture in. I'll probably forget knowing me, but hey. Yeah, her name is Fenny. She is a healer. I was told healer shepherd mix, but to me she looks more like a healer lab mix. She's really sweet, but very flinchy. She's my shadow. When I was actually building the first 2/3 of this house, she was literally running around my room crying because I wasn't holding her, and then I put her in my chair next to me, and she took up half the chair, and she still had her legs falling off the sides and stuff, but that's how she fell asleep. She's like, okay, I'm good. Then I've been letting somebody's dogs out, and so I had to go let the dogs out, and then when I came back, she just curled up at the end of my bed, so she's sleeping on the floor at the moment, but she's really sweet, super cute. I did not name her, by the way. I did not name her Fenny, Feni. But she's literally all curled in on herself. Zoe and Chloe do not know what to think. Zoe's terrified of her, because she's 2 or 3 times their size. But Fenny was just she's very clumsy, legs way too big, way too long for her, doesn't know what to do with them. And so she was tripping all over herself, and she was trying to smell the girls, and that just freaked Zoe out even more. And I said, you guys better get used to it, because I bring fosters home a lot. I actually tried bringing home her brother, because when I went to pick her up, they brought me her brother Finn instead. And I had no problem taking Finn. I'm like, this puppy doesn't look like the one in the picture. I just want to make sure that I'm not accidentally taking somebody else's Christmas foster and causing a huge mix up. So can we just double check, or that somebody else didn't take the foster puppy that I'm supposed to get. And the lady at the shelter, she was just nasty, and I've had to deal with this lady before. I don't like her. She's just very rude. She's rude to the volunteers, which is what I am. She's rude to customers, if that's what you'd want to call them, people who are looking to adopt. She's just a nasty woman. And she was she was all put out that I had to, I was asking if I had the correct puppy, and I was told that pickup for fosters was between 1 and 3. And so I'm like, okay, great, I'll be out there between 1 and 1:30. I got out there about 1:10, and I was the last person to pick up my pup. And when I got home, my dad's like, oh yeah, they were calling us right after you left, looking for you, wanting to know why you weren't there to pick up the dog yet. I'm like, because I told him I'd be there between 1 and 1:30. They're supposed to be letting people take dogs home till 3. But I guess since I was the last one to actually pick up, if I could have picked him up earlier, I would have, because I had to babysit this morning, and I was, like, done by 12:15. I would have just picked her up on my way home if I'd known I could do that. But I thought, because I texted, like, my contact out at the shelter, I'm like, when is the earliest time I can pick up a puppy? And she said 1. And I'm like, okay, I'll be out there between 1 and 1:30. If I'd known I could go out there earlier, I would have. But, when they were like, oh yeah, you do have the wrong puppy, we'll go get Fenny for you, and they took Finn back, I was like, well, I can take him too if he doesn't have a home, because while I know my parents probably would have been a little put out that I brought home 2 puppies, I also know it's only for like 2.5 days. It was not the end of the world. It's better than sitting in a shelter like all by themselves with only somebody to check in on them tomorrow to make sure they have food before leaving again. And they're like, oh, she got all nasty, but she's like, no, you can only have 1. You're only allowed to take 1. I was like, okay, I was just offering. Like, I'm not trying to step on toes here. I'm just offering. And I don't like dealing with this woman. I've dealt with her before. And then I actually have had some, like, drama with YouTube. If you would call it that. I don't know. So I posted a Sims 4 current household. The Kaisers about 2 weeks ago now, and the thumbnail, again, I'll try and remember to put it in, but the thumbnail, it was of Harmony and hugging her dog, which was a tan Rhodesian Ridgeback dog, and this dog is like up on its hind legs, and it's doing the hug animation, and that was what my picture of it. And I thought it was cute because I'm like, well, her mom was hugging Maya the exact same way in like the last current household thumbnail. I'll just kind of keep this as a thing. And so I'm like, okay, great, we'll have, Harmony hugging Justice, which was the dog. And YouTube sent me an email saying that it was taken down because I was violating their nudity policies. And I'm like, there's nothing nude in this picture. I even went in and double checked that like I didn't have a sim walking around naked or something by accident in the background that I had somehow missed, and I wasn't finding anything. So I was like, okay, they must be seeing the dog, because the dog is kind of a light tan yellowish color, and must be thinking this is a person. So I appealed this claim that I had nudity in my thumbnail. And it took like a day, and then YouTube got back to me, and they're like, we've like looked over your appeal and have decided to like reinstate your content. And then literally an hour later, I got an email saying that the thumbnail was taken back down for the same exact thing, that it violated their nudity policies. And I'm like, but I just appealed this. It's just a dog. It's not a person. It is a dog hugging my sim. For real though. So I'm just kind of like, well, you know what, whatever. It's not what it is, but I'm not gonna appeal it again just for it to get taken back down. So if you go back through and see a Sims 4 current household that looks like it's missing its thumbnail, that's because it is. And seeing as how I have played through, and the dog and person hugging the dog are both dead now in the save, I can't go back and take their picture. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm really excited. I had, like, my friend and I got together the other night to do our gift giving, and I gave her a little painting that I did, and I ordered her, because we both watched Unus Annus, and she's, like, obsessed with Crank Gameplays, or Ethan, and she wanted Ethan's merch, but it was all sold out at the time when I was ordering it, and so I was like, I'll just get her Ethan's Unus Annus merch, and it won't be here till February. Thank goodness her birthday is next month. I'm like, it'll just count as a late birthday present. But she chose that sweatshirt, and she's like, okay, I'll let you choose which one you want. And I've talked about it recently that I've just been like obsessed with like Dream Team TikTok. Not TikTok, YouTube. These guys they play Minecraft. They're just block people. I mean, like we know what George and Nick look like. George not found in Sapnap, but like Dream is my favorite, and like he cracks me up. He makes me smile. I don't watch streams. I don't have the patience for streams. Like I want constant action, and if it's not constant action, that I get bored, and that's very easy for me to like drown it out and like pay attention to something else and not even like really focus on what's happening in the stream. So I prefer to watch like stream highlights or just like the videos of their YouTube channels. But like this, I like love Dream. I just love his content. Like his manhunts are one of my favorite things I think I've ever watched on YouTube, just because like how quick they all have to kind of like think on the spot. And like there's been some drama going down with Dream recently that like he does speed running, and he submitted a speed run time and like it was denied, and everybody, like the people that like officiate that stuff, are claiming he was cheating. And he actually had this amazing like rebuttal against it. Like he's like, no, here's where you're wrong, but he was also at the same time, he's like, no, I'm not promoting hate, do not go hate on these people, but I have to prove that like I'm not wrong and stuff. Well, I chose a Dream hoodie as my hoodie. This thing is lime green, and I love it. Like, if you were to put me in a blue light room, I would light up like a freaking highlighter. But I love it. It is super comfy. She got it a size big, so it's one of those, like, it's just an oversized sweatshirt. I love it. I have worn it. I wore it last night. I tried to wear it to sleep, but I woke up halfway through the night, like, sweating buckets. So I'm like, I have to switch out of it. But this morning I put it back on. I went and babysat in this. I picked up Fenny in this. I have little black dog hair all over me now. Like I've just been like living in this sweatshirt. And then he works every once in a while. He'll do things with Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast is known for donating like a bunch of money to like charities, or like this year he's doing a YouTube Rewind, because I guess I don't really follow YouTube Rewind because it's normally full of creators I don't watch, but I guess YouTube isn't doing one, and so Mr. Beast is like, I'll do one, and he's invited Dream to come do it. And now Dream has posted a picture. I don't have Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I have had Twitter in the past, and I did not like it, like, so much that I only used it, like, I only got on once or twice before just flat out deleting the app. Yes, Maddie, I told her what I'm going to tell you guys. So, he posted a picture on Twitter of him in his hoodie, like the same one I'm currently wearing, sleeves rolled up, with fingerless gloves on, something strapped across his chest. His hood is pulled up, and he's got a cardboard cutout, like a cardboard piece of card. I mean, it's a piece of cardboard with his Dream smiley face drawn on it in front of his face. And this is exactly how a lot of people draw him. Like for all of his like fan art, he is constantly drawn in a sweatshirt, sleeves rolled up, hoodie up, fingerless gloves, something strapped across his chest. He's dressed just like his fan arts. Or like some of the like people do animations like Sadist, it's like capital SAD-IST. Like I'm obsessed with their animations. When Dream fought Techno like a couple months ago now, they did this amazing animation of the fight. I am obsessed with the music. I'm obsessed with the animation. I believe they also did like one of his manhunts. I think I might be thinking of a different creator. I don't know. I watch a lot of the animations because they're just so cool. I love how they animate like these people, these characters. But he's drawn, like he's dressed just like how he's constantly drawn, and like he's teasing a face reveal, and personally I don't think he'll do a face reveal. Because like he was nominated for for 2 different Streamies. He won one of them for gaming. Like one of them was like I think like biggest like bust out content creator, you know, like basically like who grew the fastest this past year, and he lost to Charli D'Amelio. And don't get me started on that. I personally do not agree, but I'm just I have reasons, and it's nothing like it's part of it's bias, but part of it's also just kind of like I don't really long story short, I feel like Charli just kind of posts a couple of dances that everybody else does, and then I don't know. I don't follow her. I don't know, so please don't like come at me for it. But I was kind of upset that Dream didn't win that one, but he did win like one of the gaming awards, which I'm like, yeah, and everybody's like, he's gonna do a face reveal, and he didn't. So I wasn't really surprised, and I honestly, while I think he's gonna kind of like basically tease everybody that he might do a face reveal, I don't think he actually will. If he did, I don't know how the fandom would handle that, because they're like, I am on Dream Team TikTok, like I said earlier. I was wanting to say, I do follow them on YouTube, but I've now also gotten into that on TikTok, and like a bunch of people, like there are sounds going around like Blinding Lights or something by The Weeknd goes, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights, but it's like, if Dream were to do a face reveal, everybody go, ooh, I'm blind, like, it feels wrong to know what he looks like, because we haven't known what he's looked like this whole time. Like, all we get are like, you know, everybody obsesses over pictures like that he's done of like him and his merch. Everybody obsesses over those, or like when he did a fan mail opening, like everybody once again like obsessed over his hands, like, which I think is a little far, I'm not gonna lie, but like it's a thing. And like now I keep seeing all these TikToks of him like doing this whole, like, he posted this picture of himself on Twitter. He's like, hey, I've done this thing with Mr. Beast, like it's coming out soon it's for his YouTube Rewind, and he has the sleeves rolled up, and now everybody's like zooming in on his forearms, and I'm just kind of like, guys. But I don't know, I'm really excited, makes me really happy. I've been feeling pretty good these last couple of days, a lot better than I felt in a while. A little, I don't know, I have that meeting with the old friend. I told you guys, I mentioned it in my last speed build, which I did of that horrible Sims 4 house. I kind of want to do another speed build with that house, but basically just having, you know, unlimited money or whatever, and just kind of decorating it how I want, and see if I could make it better. I think that would be interesting. But I basically could talk about how I had this friend that I used to be really close with, and then we like grew apart, and she's gotten a hold of me being like, hey, we should hang out, and like I'm really conflicted about that. And so I have that coming up. I don't know when yet, but I know I'm not the kind of person who will say, yeah, I will do it, and then I don't do it. I just realized I don't have screenshots at the end of this. But I'm not gonna just like stand her up like that. But then at the same time, since it's Christmas Eve, Sarah's birthday is tomorrow, and part of me wants to go, screw it, ignore it, do not text her anything. I still have her blocked on like every possible way, but at the same time I'm also like, do I don't know. Probably I shouldn't, and I don't know. I want to say I won't, but I can't. I'm just really conflicted about this kind of stuff. I don't know. I won't. I'm saying it now. I won't do it. Hey, but I've gotten some new Sims 4 packs though, because they're all on sale right now. So I picked up Laundry Day and Kids Room stuff yesterday. So I might have some like kind of extra like side jobs this next like 2 weeks or so. And I'm getting paid some money, so I might invest in like one of the new like actual expansions or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out here. I'm going to get the screenshots added in at the end. We're going to listen to some awesome Secret Tunnel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. The house will be listed down in the description below, along with my gaming channel. Please feel free to check that out. I would totally appreciate it. I've been playing Five Nights at Freddy's recently, and that has been awful. But go watch me be terrified. Yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.
Two lovers, forbidden from one another, a war divides their people, and the mountain divides them apart. Build a path to be together. And I forget the next couple of lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel, through the mountain. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Hey, I just remembered the next couple lines. Two lovers destined for one.